Councilman Merolla.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Frucci, for your presentation. I had a few comments. First, I'd like to start off on common ground, where we all stand together as a city. And Councilman Gallucci had pointed it out earlier. Warwick is slated to receive $36 million roughly in state aid, while Woonsocket is $53 million, Providence is $214 million, Pawtucket is $77 million, Cranston is $50 million, and tiny Central Falls is getting $39 million, while the second largest city in the state of Rhode Island gets $36. I'm sick and tired of our taxpayers subsidizing education for everyone else. And then we have to listen to presentations about maybe we can cut bus routes while our kids suffer. It's so inequitable, it's not even funny. But there's the common ground. What's the big picture? Recently, there was an article in the fall from Providence Business News that talked about our economic outlook here in Rhode Island. And it talked about that just under 43,000 Rhode Islanders were unemployed, and that the state's unemployment rate is the third highest in the nation. Rhode Island is among the few states with total employment still below pre-recession levels. And I point this out because in this economic forecast, it goes on to state why. And it has a good deal to do with what we're discussing here about education tonight. The report states that the population is getting older while the prime work age group is stagnant, limiting the growth of the labor force. It also states that the state has the largest number of adults without a college degree. Let me repeat that. It also states that the state has, a large number of adults without a college degree whose skills are limited compared to labor market needs. These people face significant difficulties to secure a job and a stable source of income, and thus are subject to structural unemployment and poverty. Active educational policies targeting this population, together with significant investments in infrastructure and capabilities to deliver workforce training, are needed in the state of Rhode Island. So there's our big picture. We don't have an educated workforce. So let's look at what we're doing here in Warwick. And let's look at our commitment to education here in Warwick. So I looked back at the fiscal year budget for the schools in 2008, 2009, and our commitment to the schools with everything, state aid, was $159,516,654. That commitment this year is $159,530,000, an increase over an 7 to 8 year period of a whopping $14,000. It almost makes me want to stand up and scream of the inequity that goes on, not only within Rhode Island, because I wanted to start off on a positive note, how we're getting killed compared to other cities, and how we are forced, all of us are forced to subsidize everybody else in the northern part of the state. to look at the same period of time for the municipal budget from 2008, 2009 to today. Municipal budget, $114,102,777. Municipal budget today, $134,518,251. Over the same period of time, a $20 million increase for the municipal side and a $14,000 increase for the school department. And we talk about bus routes. I heard more questions on one department tonight than I did all last night on about 15 departments. This is our future. These are our kids. That workforce that's coming up the next 10, 20 years are going to be providing us with hopefully the retirement we deserve. That future has to be educated. They're telling us this in reports in the newspapers. We have the third highest unemployment rate in the United States of America. And it's because our labor force isn't educated. And they can't go out and get a college degree. It's sickening. Where's our priorities? We talk about $3 million in health care. Do you have post-employment obligations for health care? After, when people retire, do you pay for their health care?
There is a certain level of contribution, yes.
Okay. Just to put it in perspective, it's called OPEB. Okay? We have OPEB. You have OPEB. Your cost for post-employment benefits is 6 times less than ours. 6 times. Just on our health care, our actuaries came before us. I'm going to applaud the mayor later on tonight when he comes up before us. Because it's the first time ever we're going to put $200,000 into an account for health care. Now, back on April 11, 2011, our actuaries for health care suggested that we put $20.2 million per year. But hey, that's a good start, $200,000 this year. Our cost for health care went up, unfunded in 1 year, $17 million on the city side. And we're talking.
Great deals out there. Most are not seen on TV. You need to visit buyatoyota.com for a huge selection of savings offers that could possibly fit in a TV commercial. Buyatoyota.com. Toyota is the official website for deals.
Block the heat and not the view with the 3M Ultra Clear Energy Saving Window Film Kit. It's easy to apply using just water or a glass cleaner, and a cutting tool and squeegee are included in the kit. Just prep, apply, trim, and smooth to enjoy energy savings and glare reduction, with 4 times less reflectivity for a brilliantly clear view.
Talking about bus routes and whether we can afford Chromebooks for our kids. It's so unjust. It's embarrassing to sit in this council chamber and listen to it.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I'm not done.
Would you have questions?
Yeah, I'll ask a question when I'm done. You're cutting 5 employees this year?
That's correct.
I can't tell you how many employees we're cutting. I can tell you that it was docketed that we're going to have 3 new contracts. It's not before us. I'm assuming it's going to be raises. What'd you say for raises for your employees?
0.
I don't know what those raises are going to be. I don't know how they're going to be funded. I'm just asking for equity. And you cut 246 staffers over that period. I don't know if there's anything else I can say. I just hope that when we're talking about bus routes and other things, that we don't lose sight of the big picture. I go without sometimes to give to my kids because they're the next generation coming up. They're the most important thing for our future, all of our futures. Our economic stability depends on the kids that we're trying to educate today. Thank you.